This is a Lamborghini Huracan Spider. I've always wanted to say that. This is a 2017 Lamborghini Huracan Spider. Now, I'm not a big fan of convertible Lamborghinis. However, in person, this looks amazing. I want to start out with some of the aesthetic appeal that comes along with a price tag of over $200,000. One of the most notable features about this car is the headlights. These LED strips are just like mind-boggling. I'm just gonna be honest, okay? These lines that go through the car. I think this is actually a wrap on this. This is awesome. I've never even seen this brand of rims, but this is amazing. And this low-profile tire, it looks smaller than it actually is. Okay, first of all, I want to point out this is the shiniest tire I've ever seen. This is amazing. This is this super low profile, most low profile I've ever seen. It looks like it's almost a tire stretch. This is insane. Also, I'd like to point out that these are so clean. This is cleaner than my granite kitchen table. And the brake calipers just scream stop. I've never even seen this brand of rims. I'm gonna do more research on them. I mean, it's almost, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a rainbow glisten to it. This is like a powder coated, metallic powder coated with metallic flakes in it. And this just amazing brake rotor, slotted brake rotors. It even has, pay attention to the detail, it has an arrow right there. And these brake rotors are not only slotted in such a beautiful pattern, it also has an elegant design, almost mimicking the honeycomb, which is the theme for the entire car. Now, if we come closer to this blinker light, we can see that there is some inscription that is unreadable to me. But there is even a honeycomb pattern inside of the blinker light. I think this Lamborghini has more Easter eggs than any other car. Right here, we have another honeycomb pattern going all along the windshield. I almost thought that it was carbon fiber at first glance. Okay. Look at that radiator. This is like a jet engine intake. Ooh, that is so low to the ground. I've actually never seen underneath a Lamborghini. If I had a little remote control car with a GoPro, I would send this thing under there. These headlights is how you know it's a Huracan. This is the iconic bull emblem. Look how shiny gold that is. I mean, wow. The gaps are perfect everywhere, and the lines are just every single line. Windshield wipers. Look at this attention to detail right here. Lamborghini. Wow, look at this is right here is another fighter jet aspect of the car. We have these sweeping sharp lines that go into another intake where this is most likely the brake cooling. Wow, these leaves are just, wow, that's insane. Another fighter jet aspect right here, and it appears to be almost mimicking another honeycomb pattern. Check that out. Does this have a honeycomb pattern? It's almost like yes, it's another honeycomb pattern. I think this is for the brakes, and this is for engine cooling. The tires on the front are different than the tires on the back. There is we have not one huge brake caliper, but two brake calipers. Wow, that is insane. Okay, moving on to the back of the car. Right here is the famous Lamborghini exhaust. I love how there's detail right here. I think this is actually done for cooling. They could have probably made this into a honeycomb pattern. I think there's another Lamborghini that does come with a honeycomb pattern, but I really like these individual drilled slots right here. We have our backup camera. Check out that aerodynamicy. That is some aerodynamicy. Okay, probably the most notable feature of this car is the hood, which is the trunk. One of my favorite features about this car is the door handles. It's actually very, very easy to use. Very interesting. Wow, that is some hard metal. I think this is very hard metal or aluminum. This is, wow, I don't even know if this is wrapped. I don't even know if this is wrapped right here, because this is, oh no, it is a wrap. This is an amazing wrap. Somebody did a pretty decent wrap job on this. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend to wrap your Lamborghini to avoid paint damage. Alright, now moving on to the interior. I love this elegant red stitching. This is amazing. Again, we're continuing with the Easter eggs of the honeycomb pattern. Very little room right here, maybe just enough for your phone or wallet, but it is a sports car. Alright, moving. The design of this is just really interesting. Okay, we have these holes right here. This white piece goes in here. I want to figure out what this is all for. Alright, we have a light under here. Nice. I don't know if this is continuing the honeycomb pattern. It's an attempt of it. Alright. Of course, we have Huracan, famous Huracan right here. And this apostrophe, or whatever you might call it, is in between. I love these controls on the door handle right here. That's amazing. I think that it's like you're sitting at a fighter jet, and this is just like a fighter jet handle right here. That's amazing. I love that. You're grabbing your fighter jet stick and boom. That's or like a Wii remote or some kind of insane controls right here. Even this door handle is amazing. I mean, look at that design aspect. It's like whenever the fighter jet has an emergency eject, this is what he pulls, and his seat and the parachute just go up. And this right here is a rubbery piece that allows this very hard metal piece to go. I think this is for safety, and whenever you get into an accident, we have a light right here and a light underneath right here. Of course, we have the famous Huracan symbol, very shiny. This right here is actually, these are removable, and this is the windscreen. This is whenever you don't want a lot of wind inside the cabin and you want it to be quieter. So even up to 65 to 70 miles an hour, these right here are very effective. They reduce the wind and improve the aerodynamics of the car. Of course, whenever you drop your top, you have, so everyone knows you're driving a Huracan Spider. Oh, that sounds so great when this door closes. You really know that the door is closed. And I love the way that these doors open. Some people, if you've never gotten into a Lamborghini, you might have trouble figuring out how they work, but it's actually very, very simple. Right here, we're continuing the honeycomb pattern that's all throughout this car, the Easter eggs hidden. Okay, this is this is right here, very, very thin, not a lot of room. Again, the fighter jet-like door handles. This, unlike on the other side we saw, does not have the fighter jet-like stick control. Okay. Continuing again, we have obviously the Lamborghini logos all throughout. Okay. Again, the honeycomb pattern is being continued throughout the car. Even in the vents, right here is a honeycomb. And we also have the honeycomb pattern all throughout the entire car. This right here, wow. Not that I would ever recommend, wow, let me do that again. Not that I would ever recommend you having a drink in a Lamborghini. However, this is an amazing feature. It just feels so smooth and so nice to open. But I would never take a drink. I would never allow any of my passengers to bring a drink in. But I love how it's incorporated in the honeycomb design. And even when it comes out, I feel like this is a light that lights up to illuminate your drink. I'm not sure. This white LED, that's probably what it is. The dash is actually a lot bigger than you would expect. Okay, the honeycomb pattern is being continued throughout the entire car. The red stitching, and I love how, wow, this design right here, it just makes you feel like you are, combined with this here, that makes you feel like you're in a jet. We're not even at the steering wheel yet. Wow. This is fighter jet-like controls. I love the red. This screams Lamborghini. Only Lamborghini has such a defined start button with a safety feature over it. It's like whenever you start this, it's you know how whenever in Fast and Furious the NOS, you flip it up and then you put the switches. Whenever you start your car, it's almost like you're automatically doing that. And just the design of these buttons is race car. I really like that there's a knee support for your knees, so whenever you're going fast around a turn, your knees have something nice to bump into, where it's not just rubbing on the plastic, it's rubbing on some leather. We have the honeycomb pattern in this as well. We have one screen right here, honeycomb pattern continued. We have our steering wheel. Wow, does this thing have a CD player? Does this thing have a CD player? SD1, SD2, so yeah, this thing, or maybe this is for the programming. I don't know if these are OEM, but I would expect Lamborghini to put on some kind of nice design, maybe continuing this honeycomb pattern onto the carpet with the Lamborghini logo. Maybe that's an extra feature. Lamborghini. So your passengers know what they're in. This is a very nice console design right here, as you can see. It opens so easy, and even the window goes down. Okay, let's look at the pedals. Alright, so we have 2 pedals and nice chrome finish. Ooh, we have more hidden controls right here. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, and when you open this door, it automatically greets you with the Lamborghini. It automatically greets you with the Lamborghini logo. This car only has 7,000 miles on it. I guess that's normal for exotic cars. It gives you the time and date. These paddle shifters feel so elegant. And of course, the Lamborghini logo. I think it looks like almost real gold. I think this might be an extra feature to add on extra controls, possibly aftermarket. Wow. Very, very tiny mirror, and just some basic controls right here for the lights. This is the tiniest mirror in the world. Tiniest, very tiny, and it actually goes the opposite way. So to bring it forward, it's opposite in how normal cars are. Okay. So that's it for the interior of this car. I just love the sounds when the doors close. Huracan, Lamborghini logo. These seats, I mean, the shape of these seats, it's what you would expect. And they're fairly comfortable. And I like this swooping design that you can stick your hand through. I would open the trunk or the hood, but it's honestly very enclosed. I've seen it on other videos, and there's nothing to see there because this is a convertible. This is a Spider cabriolet, and for the top to drop, they had to compromise on some of the aesthetics. Honestly, before I thought only Ferraris looked good as convertibles. However, the Lamborghini in person with its top down, I think looking at it now, it looks a lot better than a Ferrari. Wow, these mirrors, I just want to point out, these mirrors are so sharp. It's almost like an iPad Air. They're very thin. So, you know, as they say, you buy a Ferrari when you want to be somebody, and you buy a Lamborghini when you are somebody. I honestly just cannot get over this door handle, and this is like a fighter jet mode right here. I mean, it's better than the steering wheel. I mean, the steering wheel, yeah, we've all seen the steering wheel, the red on this, the nitrous start button, you know, the reverse, but I don't know why this amazes me the most.